Iran is signaling that it may not stop at U.S. bases in the Gulf and could also target what it sees as America's wider financial war chest. Iran's top legislator, Mohammad Bagher Ghalibaf, has explicitly warned that entities financing America's war effort are now legitimate targets. Iran has unveiled its next big target after IRGC officials openly threatened President Donald Trump over his Hormuz ultimatum.
نگاه سو داشته باشد. احترام, you are fired. You are familiar with this sentence. Thank you for your attention to this matter.
Iran warned international investors on March 22 against financing the American military, with senior officials broadening Tehran's threats beyond military targets to include financial actors. Iranian Parliament Speaker Mohammad Bagher Ghalibaf said financial entities linked to funding the U.S. military are now legitimate targets, according to his post and subsequent reporting. Ghalibaf also described U.S. Treasury bonds as instruments soaked in Iranians' blood, warning investors that buying them could expose their headquarters and assets to attack. Mohammad Bagher Ghalibaf said, and I quote, "Alongside military bases, those financial entities that finance the U.S. military budget are legitimate targets. U.S. Treasury bonds are soaked in Iranians' blood. Purchase them, and you purchase a strike on your headquarters and assets. We monitor your portfolios. This is your final notice." Unquote. Meanwhile, Iran's military spokesperson issued direct personal threats toward President Donald Trump as Tehran hardened its rhetoric in response to U.S. pressure. In the name of Allah, the most gracious, the most merciful. The enemy forces those who prefer fleeing over standing their ground, those same masters of consecutive defeats who use the Muslim people of the region as their human shields and see fear in every one of their cells until the time of our strikes arrives, so that they may be relieved of their fear even before the impact, and this is the due recompense of any enemy who casts malicious intent upon the security of our people.
Ahtaram, you are fired. You are familiar with this sentence. Thank you for your attention to this matter. The central headquarters of Khatam al-Anbiya.
Those IRGC-linked threats came as Israel's military signaled the conflict could continue for weeks, underscoring fears of a prolonged regional war.
Shalom lekulam.
Hello everyone. We have had a complex day on the home front. The fire from Iran and Lebanon continues. We are constantly deepening and expanding our strikes, both in Iran and in Lebanon. We must not forget, we are fighting against a terror regime and its proxies. This is a necessary campaign. We have had very significant achievements so far, but this is a campaign that sometimes exacts a price from us, as we have seen in recent days. I want to briefly explain to you what happened last night. The Iranian terror regime fired missiles into the heart of residential areas in the cities of Dimona and Arad. These were two separate incidents that occurred at different times. Interceptors were fired in both, but unfortunately we did not manage to intercept the missiles that were fired. From the investigation we conducted in the Air Force, it emerged that the interception failure in the two incidents was not related to each other. Immediately after the fire, numerous rescue forces from the Home Front Command, together with all security and rescue organizations, carried out scanning and rescue operations and evacuated injured civilians. I would like to take this opportunity to wish everyone a full and speedy recovery. It is important for me to say, the threats we saw tonight are not new. These are missiles that are familiar to us, missiles that have been fired at us throughout the operation. We have intercepted them successfully in every incident, with successes as well. We are investigating the entire operational chain from detection to interception, discovering new things, correcting, and adapting to the situation. The Air Force is conducting a complex defensive battle. Over 90% of the launches toward Israel are intercepted. This is an unprecedented achievement. We have the best people with the best defense systems in the world, but as we have seen again, the defense is not hermetic. Staying in a protected space saves lives. Obeying instructions saves lives. We see time and again how strictly following the guidelines prevents loss of life even in the most severe incidents. Last night, with direct hits in the heart of residential areas, those who stayed in protected spaces saved their lives. Our strikes across Iran are not stopping. The Air Force is operating non-stop 200 kilometers from the country's borders. So far, we have dropped over 10,000 munitions on thousands of targets all across Iran. We accurately hit their targets. We are continuing to strike every area and infrastructure of the regime, as well as its operatives and commanders. The achievements from the last 3 weeks are accumulating into a great accomplishment. The regime is weak, it is destabilized, and we will continue to strike it until we achieve our goals. This morning on the northern border, Ofer Pushkar Moskowitz, may his memory be a blessing, was killed in Misgav AM. We are investigating the circumstances of the fire that hit him. We are also examining the possibility that it was artillery fire carried out by our forces. The Northern Command is in contact with the family and with the Misgav AM community. I want to express from here my condolences to Mashko's family. Our hearts are with them in these difficult hours. We will investigate, learn, and share the conclusions with them. The Chief of Staff yesterday approved the plans for deepening and expanding the ground operation in Lebanon. We are continuing to strike Hezbollah terror targets. So far, we have struck more than 200 such targets. Throughout the day, we struck another crossing over the Litani River. The crossings that were struck are used by Hezbollah to advance terror plots by transferring weapons to Israeli citizens. We have more weeks of fighting ahead against Iran and Hezbollah. With every passing day, we are weakening the terror regime more and more. We will not allow the terror regime and its proxies to pose a threat to the citizens of Israel and the existence of the State of Israel. Your resilience and strength on the home front are an inseparable part of the campaign's success. I will continue to be here with you and update you on any development. Questions. Question from Channel 24. Has there been a change in the services policy following the events of the last 24 hours? First, I want to say that our defense systems are multi-layered. They are integrative, they are national, and we are protecting the citizens of Israel in the best possible way. I want to say, it is important for me to say that we do not spare any means to protect every citizen in this country from north to south. Everyone is equal in this regard. I have heard all sorts of things throughout the day. There is no such thing as holding back. I say again, no means are spared. The policy we adopted, the interception policy we adopted before the event yesterday evening, successfully intercepted a large number of missiles. Unfortunately, during yesterday evening's events, the missiles that were fired did not meet their objectives, and we are investigating this. I explained earlier, and we will continue to investigate and refine our defense further, and we will do our best to protect the citizens of Israel. Channel 12 News asks, the Chief of Staff says that the campaign with Hezbollah has just begun. Is the intention to capture a large territory and stay there? So already right now, the 91st Division is in the combat zone in the Galilee Panhandle, protecting the citizens of Metchala and the north. The 36th Division is in the Ramim Ridge area and has defense cells over the Misgav AM, Manara, and Margaliat areas. Starting this coming week, we will deepen our hold and the defense of our citizens. Deep in the territory, we will expand our hold and area. We will expand our maneuver to prevent direct fire on our settlements. We will protect our settlements and will always be at their front as a buffer between any threat and our settlements. Thank you very much. Earlier, President Donald Trump threatened to strike Iran's energy infrastructure if Tehran did not reopen the Strait of Hormuz. In a strongly worded post, Trump gave Iran 48 hours to reopen Hormuz without threat, warning that the United States would otherwise hit and obliterate Iranian power plants. Iran has since signaled that the strait remains open for all shipping except vessels linked to what it calls the Islamic Republic's enemies.